Hello everybody, our today's topic is how to get 90 plus or a good mark in mathematics. Mathematics is a logic based study and it has a lot patterns. If we will follow the logic and those patterns, definitely you can improve. We have some traditional methods which we are using everyday life. During the lesson in the classroom, if your professor or your teacher is teaching you, you can take the notes. And we are also doing the homework questions at home after the lesson. We are also using some extra workbooks or online resources to get more practice in that topic. But all these things are not working sometimes. We are still on the same mark even after doing all these efforts. Where is the problem? The problem is huge because if I'm not improving, it means my all those approaches are not working. So my today's video is on some other techniques or some extra techniques which you can use, and definitely you will improve if you will follow them one by one. So taking notes is not a bad habit, it's a good habit. Always take the notes on the topic which is running in your classroom or your tutor is teaching you or you are learning by yourself. Take the notes, but take the notes when all the books, all the notes, all other helping material is closed. You need to understand, you have to absorb the lesson, absorb the topic, go through. If you have any overall learning goal or if you have any success criteria available, then you can use that and try to understand the topic by yourself and try to make your own notes without listening anything, without watching anything, or without following any notes. That's the best approach to make the notes. And then write in your own language, so when you will come back, so you will feel that's mine, and you will, it would be easy to absorb in your head. Next, homework is important, we can do that, but try to focus on the questions which are unseen questions. You never done this before. So if your teacher or tutor or by yourself, you saw some examples, solved problems on the board or on the internet anywhere, so you have seen those solutions. If you are doing the similar questions, you are repeating that process, that's a practice for that concept, it's good. But growing success document is saying like you have to do that 6-7 times to make that problem yours. But if you will work on an unseen problem or a new problem and try to use whatever you're learning or whatever your skills you've learned in that topic on the new question, so that question solved once and it's your forever, you don't need to repeat it. This is how it's different. So try to focus on unseen or new questions rather than to follow the same pattern or the same questions which you had in the lesson or in the classroom. Other part is, as I said before, practice is important. When I'm going to start learning, how much time I need. So maybe 1 hour every day, scheduled time. So don't miss it. Every day do 1 hour study for mathematics. But when you're starting, let's say I'm somewhere in the mid of the chapter, 5.4 is the topic which I have to do. So what I need to do, I have to start from 5.1. 5.1 to 3, I have to go through them maximum 10-15 minutes. Just read them. Don't try to do any questions or anything before to targeting your 5.4, 5.3 where you are. Just try to start from the beginning. Why? You need to revise those things. If you will keep revising till the last part of your lesson or your chapter or your unit, then you will recall all those things with all the lessons. They are going to be somewhere in your head fresh every day, and you will perform better on your upcoming exam or test. To understand math topics a little bit more better, try to relate the topic with your real life situations or everyday life problems. Example, very simple, the beginning of the algebra. If we have, let's say, y equal mx plus b or y equal 3x plus 4, something like that, and x is a variable. A lot of time the beginners, students or learners, they have problem to understand what do you mean by variable. Variable is a spot which can be filled by any other number. So rather than to go for any algebraic expression or any algebraic definition, try to think like this. How? Let's say we have a car in the home and we have 4 drivers. So when nobody is sitting on the driver's seat in the car, then there is an x, that's the variable. So nobody sitting, x cross. And then how many people can drive that car? We have four drivers, maybe driver number one, two, three, four. So those that X is going to be replaced by four different people. So that's the variable. So spot can be filled by any number that's known as variable. This is one example which we can use to explain to anybody or to understand or to relate everyday life. So why this variable is important, how the value can be filled in that variable, what's the difference between expression and equation, all those are under variables. So that would be crystal clear for your whole life. So what variable means, this is one example, very simple. We have a lot more examples in mathematics, which I will try to bring them back in future videos. My next approach to help students how to perform better on a test, exam, or any summative evaluation you are going to have. Set a time for yourself when you're working on the practice problems or homework questions. As I said before, just pick some unseen questions, 5 to 10, any number, then set a time accordingly. 30 minutes to 1 hour you can set for yourself, and try to work under the same pressure, how you are feeling while the time is running and you're writing test, exam, or the evaluation. That will help you to improve how to work under time pressure and do every day for a week or so. And then later on you can reduce to once or twice a week. Feel that pressure, and that will teach your brain how to perform under that pressure. Now, a lot of students are doing this practice, then they are keeping the time same. Don't make the time same. So let's say right now you are setting 8 questions, 1 hour time. Try to reduce with time. After 3 or 4 weeks, maybe you will set 40 minutes rather than 1 hour for same 8 questions, or reduce more according to your performance, and then keep improving. The faster the time, less the anxiety or less the pressure you are going to face in your exams or the tests. Try to find out the connections between various patterns. As earlier I said, it's a theory of patterns. So example I'm going to give, it's a random example, but you can have a look at that example. Definitely you will understand what I'm trying to say. So if you are in a grade 9, 10, 11, 12 example, so you have seen those parabolic shapes, y equal ax squared plus bx plus c, or if you have, like that's the standard form of a parabolic shape. If you have a vertex form, if you have factored form, doesn't matter. So a value is the leading coefficient in those equations. If a value is positive, then the parabola shape is opening upward. If a value is negative, then definitely it's opening downside. Now let's go in calculus. The beginning of the calculus, probably you will see the second derivative, that's the acceleration. In physics usually we are saying, but in mathematics we are also using acceleration term as the second derivative of a function. So now we are saying with the acceleration, if acceleration is positive, and then the curve between those 2 points of inflections, it's concaved up, or if acceleration is negative, it's concaved down. Now in the 910 we said if a value is positive, that's the leading coefficient, parabola opens up. If a value is negative, parabola opens down. So is that a and a is the same thing? Yes, it is same. How? Differentiate a parabolic shape twice. So if you will differentiate 1, you will get 2ax, and then if you will differentiate once more, you will get a, not 2, just 2a. So now if a is positive, then 2a is positive. If a is negative, 2a is negative. It's very simple, easy to relate your calculus and the acceleration to a value from your parabolic shapes. This is one. There are a million patterns which you can match. If I have to explain a few more patterns in the trigonometry, then maybe I have to run a separate video to go in that pattern. So there are a million things in there, but try these 4 or 5 techniques which I explained in my video. So try to use some unseen questions, try to spend some more time on communication thinking problems, try to make the notes without opening any textbook or any notes. If you are, in other words, you are writing the summary of that topic without looking at anything in your own language, you can use that. And then later on set a timer for yourself to solve those problems, or try to connect with the real life, or try to connect the topic to topic from the mathematics. That will help you to bring more things in your head. Rather than to remember them, you can hold them longer in your head to use for your future education. Again, I would like to say there's nothing you can memorize in mathematics. Everything you can process by using these patterns, logics, and all that stuff. So don't try to remember math. Try to process it. Practice is the key to be successful in math, but your practice need to be in a perfect manner. Thank you very much for watching us. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe our channel for some more upcoming topic based or general videos on education. Thank you again.